My favorite analogy when it comes to transformation and change is the caterpillar to the butterfly. I think that it explains the process and what's actually required so beautifully and so vividly. Every caterpillar has the potential to become a butterfly by simply following the natural process of growth that a caterpillar is destined to go through. And that exists within every single caterpillar. It simply goes through its natural process, its natural evolution. It prepares to get in the cocoon, stays in the cocoon long enough once it's in there. It doesn't get scared and then leave the cocoon halfway through. And so long as that happens, it will 100% become the butterfly, as natural law dictates. And so in this analogy, the butterfly represents our higher self, that potential version of ourselves, and also the potential life we could be living. But unlike the butterfly, so many of us have been conditioned to live in a way that is not in accordance with natural laws, which is why the vast majority of people remain the caterpillar. We have been taught to live in fear, to value safety over growth, which prevents us from going through the natural transformation that all of us are capable of. Yet it's easy to see that when we remain the caterpillar, we end up being stressed, unfulfilled, uninspired, sick, among so many other things that are undesirable and can also easily be prevented. I think a part of this is that everyone deep down understands that there is something more than just being the caterpillar. But then your mind comes in and plays the program and conditioning that so many of us have been convinced to play. The program that tells us actually there isn't more to life, that this is just the way things are. And if you experienced any or maybe many of the symptoms I went over earlier, it can be easy to believe that this is the case, because that may be the only, or at least the majority of reality that you've experienced thus far. But if you follow that inner feeling, that inner guidance that tells you and whispers to you that you're actually something more and you're capable of much more, if you let that inner butterfly that may be deep within you right now just burst through and guide you, you will find that perhaps you've overstayed your welcome when it comes to being the caterpillar. And life is only giving you some of the things I went over earlier in the video as just feedback that it's time to change, and being the caterpillar is no longer serving you, working for you, and you're actually capable of way more. And that's what life will do. It will give you those things to essentially encourage you to change. But again, the old programming just tells us that's how it is. Life kind of sucks and it's suffering, when in reality, it's just feedback that's actually meant to guide you and help you. And if you start listening to that feedback, you start making new choices. That guidance is going to take you toward lasting change and transformation. It'll start leading you towards what you are destined and were always meant to become. And when you have the courage to step up and do the work that prepares you to get in the cocoon and then actually leads you to getting in that cocoon, and then you have the courage to stay in it long enough, you come out the other side as the butterfly you were always destined to become. You become the higher self that life, through that feedback, has been aiming to lead you to. Now, if you want to learn more about this process, how to actually get in the cocoon to make sure you stay in it so that you are becoming the butterfly and so you are experiencing lasting transformation, I have a free training you can look at which goes over all of that and how this process actually works and how you can actually go through this process, called The 5 Keys to Lasting Transformation, essentially to go from the caterpillar to the butterfly. You can get that down below in the description. It should be the first link down there. The butterfly absolutely exists within you. It's just about becoming aware of what actions and choices you need to make in order to move in that direction so you can become it. And as soon as you know that, it's just about taking that action, and you're taking more and more steps towards actually becoming that higher self, that butterfly self, the person you were always meant and destined to become.